Hello, hello. As you can tell from the title, today I'm making extra pages for the Ghost Hunting Club, my main comic. And because I am always prepared and all that, I'm going to make Halloween pages. Yes, it is February, but that doesn't matter. I can make Halloween pages anytime. I have my designs here that I did for the most recent chapter of the Ghost Hunting Club, chapter 6, which released a few days ago, like 2 days ago probably. And I had a lot of fun with these. And I'm thinking for the Halloween extra that I'm gonna be working on, I want them to have specific outfits as well. Something different than usual. So I was thinking mostly of sending them to a haunted place. I have a little scenario in mind of exactly what they're going to be doing for this extra. And since it releases in a while, because it's February, I want it to be a little bit more ambitious than the one I did last year. I had a lot of fun with the extra from last year. I sent them to a party, which sounds very simple. It was a Halloween party. I drew them outfits for it, because one of my friends on the Webtoon server, Discord server, wanted their characters to have a Halloween party and asked for extras with like cool outfits. So of course I designed cool outfits. Actually, I probably have them here. Yes. This is Billy's outfit for Halloween. The hat that she wears, this one, I found on Pinterest and someone is selling it on Etsy. It's a kid's thing. And I think it's so cute. It is the cutest witch hat ever. I love it. It's adorable. So that was Billy, and she has like an outfit that's her style, kind of fun, but still like real clothes, except for the hat that's obviously on purpose. And for Mari, it's not only real clothes, but for the hat, the story is that she got it from someone else because she didn't have her own, and she had no plans to go do Halloween with anyone, do anything, because Mari is not a very social person like that. She doesn't really want to go to parties and interact with people in that way. So she has mostly boring real clothes, and I'm thinking the skirt she has is probably Billy's, because Mari would never wear that. So that was their outfits for last year. But for this year, I have a very different idea. A very, very different idea. Because I want them to go to a haunted place. A very, very haunted place. I'm thinking the Winchester house. But I'm also thinking drawing the Winchester house is going to be a nightmare. So something similar. Not exactly the same. That's my idea for this. And I want them to go to it through a contest. So basically, Billy will enter them into a contest to go visit this house, like a trip organized by whatever location I end up choosing, and they win because they have very convincing evidence of ghost existence and activity, which I think would be hilarious since Mari is still skeptical at that point. She has seen a ghost, but she's not sure exactly what she saw, and she's definitely not convinced by the evidence they have, because they have a few blurry pictures, some recordings of data that she doesn't understand, and that's it. So it would be extra fun if they were sent to this location. I'm thinking I want to do about a chapter length, so about 20-25 pages, which is what I usually do for my chapters. And lots of backgrounds, the usual black and white, the usual coloring. Everything same as usual, just for an extra event. These don't really take place in the story. They can't because at that point in the story, Halloween hasn't happened yet, I don't think. Or if it has, they haven't done anything specific. Oops. That's not what I wanted to change. Yeah. So they're outside the story, but it doesn't really matter because I think it's really fun anyway, and it doesn't have to be an important part of the plot. Even though for ghost hunting, Halloween is probably an interesting time. I don't actually hunt ghosts in my real life. Scary places are scary, and I don't go to them. I watch them on YouTube, and that's enough for me. So yes, I want them to have... What I want to do is cool outfits, a very haunted location, I want them to take a trip. The whole trip thing is just so it's easier to justify that they're going like far and doing something they really shouldn't be able to do in their normal life otherwise. But I think it's more fun like that. And for them to see something. I haven't decided what kind of ghost I want yet. The thing is, if I choose a real life location, like the Winchester house, there's like documented ghosts there, like frequent ones that people mention. So if I do end up choosing a real location, it will have to be one of these. But if I make a mix of several existing places and mash them together, I can just make up a ghost that no one's seen before because it doesn't exist. So that's my idea for the Halloween trip that they're going to take. And for the timeline for making this, I'm thinking to do the boards and the designs this month, and maybe a little bit next month, because I'm very specific in how I work on boards. It's just I have an idea, I draw whatever I have, and then I'm like, okay, I'm done. I don't have any more ideas. And I leave it for a while, and then I come back to it when I have more. Yes, this does mean I have very little planning. I don't have a script. I have like a rough outline of the entire story, but so far it works. And then the sketches in March, the line also in March and April. This doesn't take very long, but what's going to take very long is the backgrounds, which I'm going to do in April and May. And then I'm not gonna say my least favorite part because that's probably doing the boards, but doing the shading, I'm calling it, but it's also kind of coloring. Doing that takes forever. So I'm gonna put that in May, and then that's it. Oh, and I need to do the text, which doesn't go here actually. I do it in between the sketches and the line art, because I'm pretty bad at estimating what what size the speech bubbles are going to be and how much space they're going to take and what's going to be covered by them or not. So I usually do them at this stage. I know most people do them after the line art, but I do them here just so I'm sure everything fits. And then I hide them, do the line art completely. I do ink under the speech bubbles just to be sure that there's everything. I tend to reuse some parts of the line art, so like if I have a pose that's really good and I think it can be reused for something else, I'll take it, put it somewhere else. And sometimes for like other things, like promo or something, I also reuse them, so it's better if they're complete. Hi G, how was the day? How was class? I hope it was really interesting. Okay, first I'm going to do the designs of the outfits because that's what I'm most excited about. I'm going to... do I have... Nope. This, and then Billy, but why did you go in the sun then? Why not just stay inside? Oh, maybe you were filming. Okay, for this I want them to be in a cold place, but not that cold. So they can, so they can be like somewhere that's a little dark and has a little bit of fog, some clouds. I think that's very much haunted vibes. All the shade was under maintenance. How can the shade be under maintenance? Pathways under renovation. Okay. So do you just walk through the grass? It is pretty fun to walk on grass when it's sunny and the weather is nice. For Billy, she's going to have her jacket. Oh, I'm gonna draw it after. And I want her to have pants that have a lot of pockets and no backpack for this. Because her jacket has very little pockets, but I don't want her to carry a bag. Because it was annoying to draw in the forest chapter. And I was like, okay, bags, no more. Gee, I think you'll love to hear that this evening we're getting groceries delivered, and they had Monster, and I got like 4 cans, I'm pretty sure. So it's going to be drinking time. Well, I say drinking time as if it's alcohol. No. Energy drink time. But she already has a jacket, like this one that she has in the reference. It's like the one she wears all the time. Yeah, it was expensive, but I figured it would, like, it keeps, I can just put it under the sink and like not drink them all at once, because that's a bad idea. But like, just not have to go outside when I want one. Because it's my favorite flavor, and the shops around here don't have it right now for some reason. If I give her pockets here, these, 2 at the back. Do they do pockets here? That sounds uncomfortable. Maybe just bigger ones on her thighs. I could give Mari a Silent Hill jacket though. That's actually a good idea. If they get separated. They already got separated in the forest chapter, but since that's in so long, I'm sure they'll be fine and over it and not feeling danger or anything. I mean, Mari doesn't really believe in ghosts anyway, so like, it's just an old house. I'm hesitant to make it like a prison or a hospital. Because the ghosts in these, like the stories people give them, are awful. Like, why? I get the idea of like a place of suffering, so you're more likely to stay as a ghost. I just don't think it's very compelling. Like this, she has enough pockets for like some equipment. Maybe? How much can you realistically fit in those? Someone who wears pants with pockets. Share your experience. I have a pair of pants like this with like a camo print, but they're too small, so I can't wear them. As a guy who wears cargo pants to uni, I can fit my pencil case, notebook, a 3DS, a PSP, my phone, and keys. Jesus. You can put so much stuff? Okay, I need to invest. I too want to take my 3DS everywhere. And my phone and my keys. Do you not take anything else to school, like water, snacks? Well, maybe you also have a backpack, I don't know. But it seems overkill when you already have the notebook in your pockets. Yeah. What other equipments do they have? I got, I made a little reference folder, which has a million pictures, so this is a pain to save. And I have all these, like, 80s, 90s tech things, and this one is a Star Wars one. So that doesn't really count. And I think it would be fun to give them, like, what does this do? I don't know. I think it's like a music player thing, like a cassette thing. But like, it can be more fun as a ghost hunting accessory. I grab stuff from the vending machine and just hold them in hand. Okay, but like, water. Please tell me you take a bottle of water with you. For the sun and the heat, and just generally your brain not drying out. Pocket flasks. I've never heard of those before. Jacket pocket. Oh! Practical. Very practical. I need to remember to do all the sides of the objects, like I did for their phones, because I kept having to look back on previous pages for what the phones looked like, and it was really annoying. I am the living embodiment of the complete opposite of women's pants. Pockets galore. Honestly, yes, you are. But that means you can take so many things with you, and I am very jealous. Because if I want to take so many things with me, I have to take a bag. And I don't like it. Also, the jacket I currently have has like 2 side pockets, like this, and 1 small pocket at the top with a zipper. And I was like, oh, so nice. I'm gonna be able to put like my keys or maybe my subway card or something. But it's a fake pocket, and I checked. It's not like sewn shut. It's just fake. I was very annoyed. So I have to put my keys in my pants. And I'm scared of losing them. Despite the million things attached to them. There's like 3 keys and 7 charms. So they're very heavy. They make a lot of noise. And I probably can't lose them because if they fall on the floor, it makes a horrible clattering noise. But I'm still very scared of losing them. It's never happened before. I actually never lost my keys. My keys clip onto my belt. I would do that except for the noise. Because it's so annoying. And I have headphones pretty much all the time when I go outside, but for other people. Okay, that's gonna be everything she has in her pockets. I'm gonna also give her a cereal bar. Keys, no. Mari can keep them wherever they're staying. Funny enough, I only have like one key for my dorm room, that's it. Yeah, so you don't have a lot, so it's not too heavy and like noisy. Unless you have, like me, 2 charms per key, but I don't think you do. I can imagine you having like a pocket knife or something. Maybe one of those lighters that clip to things. That. I received, not very long ago, I got my package for a zine I was a part of for Law, for One Piece. And there's like charms and things, and I haven't added them yet to my keys, because I'm not sure which ones will go on my keys, if I put one on my pencil case, if I put one on my bag. I haven't decided yet, I'm still thinking about it. So there's going to be more, and I think I have to remove some of them because I just can't have that many, it's getting too heavy. Coucou Chacha, amuse-toi bien pendant ton cours. Et je suis là jusqu'à 11h30 au minimum, donc peut-être que tu pourras revenir plus tard. Mais sinon, il n'y a pas de souci, amuse-toi bien. Yes, I do carry a flip-out knife, but mainly as a pry tool. What do you have that needs to be opened with a knife? Merci. Je fais mes petits designs d'Halloween, pas du tout en avance. Wait, so if I do give her a Silent Hill jacket, I need a reference for that. Let's see. Bottle caps. I would not trust myself to open a bottle cap with a knife. With a tool made for it, I'm already stressed out. So, ooh. A knife. What's the name, the specific reference of that jacket that you wanted, that you sent me a while ago? Because I'm not scrolling through the conversation to find it, but I think it was a cool design. So I could give her that. M65 fill jacket. Okay. Okay, is there a clean reference? Without some guy wearing it. Yes, on eBay for 179 euros. Oof. That's not in the budget. Okay, it also has a lot of pockets. She's gonna be able to carry a bunch of things as well. Perfect. Oh, I should not forget. I made coffee this morning. I had instant coffee the previous 2 days. Because I was like, no, I'm not making anything real. But this morning I decided to be a real competent adult. And I made coffee from scratch because I had like just coffee beans and nothing else. And this time I bought it really strong because the one I got last time was just not great. So I'm trying a new brand and it's much, much better. As replicas on Temu, definitely more preferable. Yes, but I don't like fast fashion and I get things secondhand. And I don't think that's the kind of stuff I'm going to find easily on the French secondhand market. Funny enough, photographers these days love wearing tactical military chest rigs. They're very handy for filming and photography session. Yeah, I can imagine, because the cameras are heavy and that's annoying. But I don't know if I would like want something with a military design rather than something that's like all black, because I think that looks way cooler. Okay, so it has like this kind of color. For the little lettering part, the little tag here, this, I'm going to change it, but I don't know what I'm gonna give her. Ooh, that's nice actually, we're gonna do that. I want it to be a bit big for her, like she got it from someone. Definitely not her dad. I made him be like someone working in an office. He doesn't even have a name yet, because I was not inspired for names for Mari's family. Fishing vest is definitely more casual but practical to wear over light clothing. Yes, but you see, they're not black. You have to keep a theme going. Like, everything has to match. That's not solid, actually. Also, depending where I would wear some sort of fishing vest, a lot of people do actual fishing and would try to talk to me about it, which I'm not interested in. I know people really enjoy it, but I always found fishing so boring. And I wish I'd liked it, but no. Okay, what are these for? The little stringy things. Is it like to make it tight at the bottom? Probably. It makes me think of these gloves you get when you're a kid that have like a string that goes through, like you have your glove here and there's a string that goes through the entire jacket just so you don't lose your gloves when you go places. Adjustable so that you don't lose body heat from the bottom. Oh. Okay, that's really good. But if I want her to use them, it means it would be better if she wears the jacket closed rather than open. How cold do I want them to be? You can say Billy has a like really thermal layer. Really good one. And she's technically a cat. Okay, we're gonna give her a closed jacket then, so she can be warm and cozy. Fun fact about the M65 field jacket. They have a hidden hood that can be folded up and tucked under the collar. Okay. I gotta be honest, I hate those because often they're the plasticky kind and I think they're really uncomfortable and they tend to fly away in the wind. But I would still like to have them in every jacket ever because it's better to have a bad one than to have a carry an umbrella. And she's not going to be wearing it ever. How do you know so much about these? Oops. Gotta save sometimes. Gotta remember. Okay, sure. But if you end up finding one, what are you gonna look for instead? It's gonna be the next thing. For your Silent Hill uniform. I should make a logo for some military style organization in their world and just use that. Like give it a name and everything. I would add a patch like a flag or a team patch on the shoulder. Ooh. Okay, cool. Very cool. I don't know how you would choose though. Because like once it's there, you can't really remove it. And it's like a decision. I wanted to add one to my main jacket that I wear all the time for like the Pacific Rim organization from the movie, the PPDC. But I cannot find one anywhere. Like no one sells them. Barely anyone sells Pacific Rim merch as a whole. So like I have one pin. It's very pretty, but it's just one thing. And it came with a DVD. And for everything else, there's nothing. Which is so sad. Because I would buy the things. I would very much buy the things. The field jacket was popular in pop culture because it used to be so cheap and would be very customized, with patches or at times remove the sleeves. Okay. What do you do with the sleeves afterwards? It would be so sad. I got like a dress that had sort of sleeves, but not really. They were like mesh. That was very thin. And that was too fragile for me. So I just cut it off and sewed the dress like to be normal. And I kept the sleeves to make into like these. Like you have an elastic here, an elastic here, and it's like this. The problem is that I need to find to like dye elastic to be green because I'm not buying green elastic, come on. And I just don't have any dye that won't be removed by water. So it's just been on the project pile for like 2 years. Probably more. It's one of those things, one day I'll be like, okay, I'm doing this today. And I'll spend like 2 hours on it and it'll be done. Just need to find the exact right time for it. I'm thinking of giving her jeans, like straight jeans, like this. Just very simple. I don't know. What does the Silent Hill guy wear so I don't give her the exact outfit? I don't even know his name. I have a friend who plays and who sometimes streams it, and the only thing anyone cares about is the pyramid head guy who's been nicknamed Husband. And that's it. That's the most important thing. Oh, so he does wear jeans. Cool. Wait, does he? No, that's not the right game. Jeans, white undershirt. Okay. Why is there a picture of him lost in the fog? Okay, well, no jeans then. Gray undershirt, the white one is the old design. Yeah, I don't think that's the detail that's going to change everything. I'll be honest. What would she wear though? Because here she's got this kind of jeans. I think I could give her these. Maybe in black? Or dark, very deep blue. Baggy jeans untapered towards the bottom. In Vans. Ooh, I like the idea of Vans. Untapered towards the bottom. What does that mean? Like this? Or like, I don't know. Those who have like a sort of elastic at the bottom. What kind of jeans exist out there that I never wear? Yeah, they flare out towards the bottom like they're oversized. Oh, okay. I found these. What are we thinking? But then elastic on the ankles. Okay. I could do that and then give her the high bands, like the ones that are tall. I don't know how you call them. Okay. Like this. I think this would look cool. Okay, we're gonna do that. She gets some pockets on the jeans. Like this? Oh, I like that. Just probably not this. The belt portion is kind of ugly. So, not that. Yes, they have very different vibes when it comes to that. And I want Mari to be like eternally tired. Just that girl will never have energy no matter what. And I think it's also, it helps with the confidence they both have. Because Mari wants to hide in her clothes mostly, which is why the Halloween design for her for last year was so like loose and oversized. And Billy doesn't care, she'll wear anything. She's very confident in that. Maybe I should get myself a pair of these. They look comfy. I never had Vans. They were just not really a thing I liked growing up. But this looks like something I'd wear every day. Well, every day. Every time I go outside, more like, because I don't go outside every day. Especially not right now when it's consistently like 2 degrees. Which, no thank you. I'm trying to stay alive and somewhat warm. What do they look like from the top? I'd say military boots are comfy with the right socks. Too thin and you get sore, and too thick and it's the perfect environment for athlete's foot in there. Yeah, I thought about it, but I don't know if I get some like that if I wear them with a lot of things that I already have. So I'm undecided. And we're definitely not putting the logo on these. Modern boots are really comfy, feel like sports shoes. Yeah. That's the best feeling, honestly. Still have my jungle boots from my service. Oh. Do you just keep everything once you're done? Or is there like equipment, like uniform things clothes that you're not allowed to take with you. Because I was looking it up the other day for an event that I'm a part of, and it was like, once you're active military in like the UK or the US, I don't remember which one, you can get whatever you want as long as it fits within guidelines, but it's like you buy it for yourself. I was like, okay, so that means you keep it at the end, like when you're done. But I don't know if it's the same for you. I get to keep my uniform. Basically, we can volunteer for events or when we get called up to help during natural disasters. Okay. Yeah, okay, so you have to have some sort of like outfit to say you're part of the military in that case. Can I give it a different shape? Nope. What does she get in her pockets? Her phone. Oh, I should give Billy her phone actually as well. In her back pocket. Or her jacket maybe? I don't know what hers looks like. Do I have... an exported version of this? My instinct is probably not. No, I don't. Okay. Very professional file naming. Whatever letters come first. Could give Mario Messenger back to give her a bit of asymmetry. Maybe, but I don't know if it's going to be too much of a pain to draw the whole time, but it's a good idea. Okay, on the right layer. And where did I put the image I just exported? Whoops. Okay, in the folder I was looking at, which is dumb, but that's fine. I usually give them backpacks because it's just easier to draw like the straps, like just the shoulder straps, and then be done with it when they're in the front view. But yeah, a messenger bag wouldn't be too much more. Also love that I basically gave Mari my phone with just a button. because I miss those. Are they both? Yes. That's for the color references, because I have the main 3 colors that I use. And for accessories, I try to keep them consistent, but sometimes I forget. Messenger bags have given me reason not to draw below the waist. Yeah. It's just one of those things. If I give her a bag, she can have so many things though, like water. Whatever, I'll look up a reference for a better one. To be honest, you tend to give them really complex designs, no matter what. So I don't think you adding like an accessory makes that much of a difference. Mari, keeper of the keys, with their room number, I'm guessing it's going to be. Apartment? I don't know. Bienvenue Chacha, pour la deuxième fois. There's really baggy, non-solid ones that match the M65 jacket. Do they have a specific name? Or do I just put that in Google? Okay, I found this one. Can you wear that crossbody though? It looks short. Well, I guess it can be made longer. I think you are infecting me with your detailed, complex designs. And I'm going to regret it at some point when I'm drawing this. But it is for like 6 months from now. Canvas. Okay. This one looks like it's like weatherproof. I don't know if that's what you call it when it doesn't take water. Okay, I think I'm gonna need more than that because I'm getting a bunch of ugly fashion things. Military, maybe? That's better. I aim to tell I do as well, to a point, but I don't want to add too much because then it's like, I have to draw this many times. So many times. I guess this is a bit simple. This looks like ancient and also handmade. You don't have to do that to yourself, and I am not doing that to myself. I like my arm attached to my body and my wrist pain-free. Though to be fair for that, the biggest change I made was changing my desk to be set up differently. So it's not like the amount of drawing I do matters so much for that. Okay, I'm not really finding anything that I like. If you have a specific reference you're thinking of, you can just send it to me. A lot of these just look made for like the city. That's too complicated. You can't see, but I'm on Google looking at references. Okay, reference for later. So I don't spend 15 minutes on it. I'm gonna give her a water bottle. A big one. And I wanted to have stickers because I think that's fun. I never put stickers on mine because I wash it very often and I don't want to like waste them like that. She also gets a box with food. Because they need to have a snack at some point. Okay, I'm gonna look. Oh, okay. Okay, I see. So it's like this kind of shape. With the straps going straight up. Okay, that works. Thank you. She's got water, she's got food. I guess we'll give her some equipment as well. I want her to carry a camera, but I don't think they'll use it. I would love to get one of these for myself, but they're either very expensive, the modern ones. I don't mind having a digital camera with like the look of a film camera. I think that's pretty cool actually, but they are insanely pricey. And for the film cameras, I've never used one, and a lot of them are like, the person selling them doesn't know if they work, and I don't either, because I've never had one. I was born towards the end of the disposable camera eras, and we had a digital camera when I was a kid, so I never used film. Mirrorless camera, best stuff are from Sony, and they're very good for low light photography and filming. Yeah, that's the best thing, but like, if it's broken, I can't fix it. And if it's not broken, it's like $500. Less bulky than DSLR, but more pricey. Yeah. I also found out that for digital cameras, they're always in color, except very few exceptions that are made for black and white. And you can like, apparently there's a little like thing with a filter on it, and you can peel this off and it takes black and white photos. But it's a complicated thing to do, and people do this like they're very specialized when they do it. I'm like, oh, guess I will have to take my black and white photos with just the black and white filter. The modern stuff. Oh, okay. Do you have, like, are you interested in this outside of school? Or is this just something you do for class? Yeah, but that doesn't mean you want to go take pictures for fun after school. Okay, jacket time for you, Billy. I still need to find the point in the story when Mari gives her the second pin. I know that the second patch, the rectangle one, I want it to happen between the first and second year during the summer, but for the pin I'm not sure. It used to be a hobby, but then I got bored of the local scenery. Well, that means you gotta travel places. It's a sign. I used to take a lot of pictures when I was a teenager and like a little younger, because my grandpa had a really fancy DSLR camera. But then I kind of stopped and never really got back into it. But I'd really like to. It's just something I need to make time for. The spirit is willing, but the wallet is hollow and empty. Yeah. That's a different problem. Oh, this has nothing to do with photography or whatever. For Monster Hunter, I saw someone mention there was like a test you could do to see if your computer would be able to run the game. I'm gonna look into that this afternoon, I think. And I am hoping it tells me my computer is like fine with it. Benchmark test. Okay. We'll see, because when I did the demo, it didn't ask me for like any technical thing. It just sent me straight into the game, and like the quality was horrendous. I don't remember exactly what settings I changed, but I know I fiddled with a lot of them. And I hope it's not the same for the game. The actual game, because the first cinematic looked like shit because of it. I was like, oh. Okay. And I also haven't deleted my the beta test. I don't know if it was a beta. I haven't deleted anything of it because I'm hoping it saves and transfers my character. 26 gig download. That's fine, I have the space. I sorted through... Do I actually? Because I sorted through a bunch of video files that I had. Okay, I do have the space. Because I wanted to put One Piece on my computer. The videos, like the anime. Because I can't read like DVDs on my computer. So I can't watch the movies. And I wanted to watch them. I made a bunch of space, transferred all my files, everything went well. And then I was like, oh, actually I do have a lot of available space when I remove the things from like 3 years ago that I never use anyway. The beta test is returning. What for? Doesn't the game come out in like a few days or something? I don't even remember the date. It's somewhere in my planner that I haven't opened in 4 days. Oops. Catch some last minute bugs and optimizations. Okay. I think it also helps to like get new players last minute. Which, good for them. I don't usually play betas for games because I always find out after they happen, but one I did play was Anno 1800 and that lasted for like 3 days. And I stopped playing in the middle of the night on a Sunday, I think, and I thought it would last one more day. And then I got up in the morning and I was like, oh, I'm so excited to see if I can like figure out this whole production thing to make my island more efficient. And he was like, oh, it's done, it's over, it's closed, goodbye. And I was so sad because I was so excited waking up like, oh, I'm gonna play, it's gonna be so fun, I'm gonna figure everything out. But then no. I'm going to go missing for months playing the heck out of Monster Hunter Wilds. Yeah. I'm very much expecting to open Discord and see you just in there for like 8 hours. Eight is rookie numbers. Okay. Don't you have to still like go to class maybe? Just a thought. Do some learning, some studying. Okay, well, I hope your 3 days are well spent. Okay, this is what we have so far for the outfits. I'm gonna take a break for 5 to 10 minutes, get some more water, do some stretching, and then I'll get started on the boards, which I'm very excited about. I suggest you also get a drink, a snack, and do some stretching. Alright, I'm back. I had a snack, which was the best part of my day. I love having snacks. Okay, I need to do storyboards. But I don't want to show... I need to be careful because I don't want to show the boards I have for current pages. Well, not current, but like future pages that are coming out in the next weeks and months. And also, no. I want this to be a clean reference, so we're gonna export that. I don't really need it to do the storyboards, but I still like having an idea. For silhouettes and things like that. Oops. I am not redrawing her hand. No, thank you. In this, and we're going to name it Halloween 2. At least it has a name. Because the file where I just did this and the file where I'm gonna do the boards are the same, and it's annoying to keep switching between things, between folders. Okay. I always do the sketches, like the boards, on the same template. It's not exactly the ratio of real pages once they get made, but it's close enough. So I like having something clean like this to work on. I used to have something hand-drawn, but the sizes were very different. And like I said a little earlier, I want to do maybe about 20 pages. We'll see. The main thing I want to do right now is figure out how Billy will introduce the situation to Mari, because she didn't tell her before. And also, I am not sure. So far I've only been doing boards like this and not like the vertical version. So if I do like, I do this for the pages, then I will just transfer it once it's done. Oh, And I don't do boards for the vertical one. But for this one, I'm honestly not sure I'm going to reformat it at all. Because it usually reads fine when I just stack pages on top of each other. And reformatting takes me a long time. And it's probably the thing I hate doing the most. So I don't know if I'm going to bother for this one. Especially if there's a lot of backgrounds. Because what happens is that I have like a huge background that looks really nice on a page. But for the vertical version, it becomes really small. Because of course it has to fit the width. And it annoys me every time, but I also don't want to rework every single panel to like draw it twice just so it fits both the page and the vertical version. And when I do stacked pages like this, like I did for the most recent chapter, no one said anything, and I think it reads fine, so that's why there's no vertical planning for this. So yeah, my very professional and efficient work style. And also one thing I would like to work towards, but I'm not doing right now, is go from the boards to the inking right away, no sketching in between. I'm better at this already. I do only one sketch. I used to do two when I wasn't very sure of how to draw them, like how exactly their proportions work, their expressions, how to make them consistent. So I used to just do a first sketch, then a second sketch, and then clean line art. But that was taking way too long. But like going from boards to inks would be very cool. I just don't think I have the skills right now. I would either need to do very detailed boards, which takes too long, or to become very, very good at line art on the fly, which I think is very unlikely. But I can always dream. Welcome back. What does very early dinner mean? Wait, hang on, I can check actually. 5:30, yeah, okay. That's pretty early. Why would you skip lunch? Too lazy to stop by the cafeteria. I went for a nap in class instead. Okay. I have many thoughts about that. You could do both. You could just like have a small lunch and then have a nap. I can't function if I don't have lunch. I'll just spend the afternoon really distracted thinking about dinner. I'm also very excited for a time where the weather turns warmer and I can have sandwiches for lunch again. Because right now it's just too cold. So I'm making a lot of like soup. But when it gets warm again, I'm going to make 1,000,000 sandwiches. Yes, but you underestimate how sleepy I am from the sleep that I've accumulated. Okay. No, that's not lunch. And there's a really easy way to not be sleepy. It's to sleep a decent amount, no matter what project you're doing. You do like from midnight to 8, this is sleep. And from 8 to midnight, this is work. And that's still like 1,000,000 hours of work every day. I promise you it works. And then you don't have to have sleep debt. 2 hours will suffice. Jesus. No, it won't. Your brain is going to melt out of your ears. I could never sleep so little. I cry when something happens. Cannot cry. If I cry, I will waste the energy drink in my blood. I don't think it goes in your blood, actually. I gotta say, even in school, I was never one of those people who stayed up really, really late to finish work. Like if it was 1 a.m. and I wasn't done, well, too bad, I was done actually. I had several friends who just would pull all-nighters, sometimes 2 or 3 a week for deadlines, and they were miserable. And I was just like, okay, if it's not done, it's finished anyway because I'm not working more on it. And some of my work was really bad, but I didn't lose sleep over it. And it worked out. I graduated. I wasn't sure I would, but I did. I'll need to come up with outfits for this time as well. I think I'm just gonna give them simple ones that they've already worn in previous chapters. Mari tends to wear the same thing all the time though. Problem for later. I'll deal with that when it's time to sketch. Yeah, she's a bit like me as well. It's just I wear the same outfit all the time in a cartoon character sort of way. Like, it's my uniform, you know? It's my character design. I have to be recognizable. Wear the same thing, always. Except for, like, the beach episode, the ski episode, and the one party of the season. That's the only other outfits. The only problem for that in real life is that I have to do laundry, so I can't actually wear the same thing every day. Was that noise the ghost, or was it a neighbor? Okay, it was probably a neighbor. I have 5 pairs of the same cargo pants. Yeah. Yeah, that's the best way. But I don't have that. I did actually find someone selling my favorite pair of jeans, well, my only pair of jeans, selling them exact same size. They look identical, and I really want to buy them to wear them all the time. But I don't know if it's like actually a good idea, or if I should just get something else. Thank God I can just pay my neighbors $5 to do my laundry. Oh, lucky you. Laundry is the worst chore, and my partner does a lot of it, but there's still some that I have to do. And I would much rather do everything else than laundry. Anything is better. Like, I'd rather wash all the dishes in my house than have to hang wet clothes to dry. Ugh, that's horrible. I hate it. What kind of proof would she have sent? Because in chapter 6, in chapter 5, actually, they saw a ghost. They have data about the ghost, which I'm letting everyone imagine because I don't know shit about ghost hunting. But I think it would be better if they send a picture. So far they haven't taken one for what's released. And the next 2 chapters have nothing to do with that. But it's... hang on. I can't do math in my head. Halloween is here. This is 6, 7, 8. Okay. So there's all of this to potentially make them take a picture of a ghost. Okay, we'll have to fit a picture somewhere in there. Is there an ambulance? There were 2 police cars. Yes, the male dorm. We do charge shirtless for some reason. Yeah. You live in a warm enough place to do that. Trust me, we don't do that here. And yes, for the ambulances and police cars, it's not the first one of the day, it's like the 10th. I have, my street is like this. There's a hospital here, I live here, and there's a hospital here. It goes like this. So the ambulances go both ways all day long. There's always one. And they're not always silent. And I'm used to it. I don't hear them at all. But the people who come over mention it every time because it's very unusual for them. We're blessed with sunlight. Yeah, we are not. We had like 3 rays of sunshine yesterday. And because that's more than usual, today we're not having any. Actually, how cold is it outside right now? Internet, tell me. It is currently 3 degrees. And it's gonna go as high as 4. Woo. I feel really bad for the people building the thing across the street because it's been so cold. And they're like outside because they're putting windows. And the entire building has no outside walls, it only has windows, which I think is stupid and is going to be a nightmare for the poor people working in there in summer, but it's the design they picked. I'm also a little scared that it's going to be a huge magnifying glass shooting sunlight straight into my apartment. I know! But like, why? It's gonna be so hot. It's gonna be horrible to work there. But yeah, we'll see. They've been at it for a year, so it's not even close to finished. Nope. Ah, this is so clean. Love that. My best work. I really have to make a cool picture now. I'm kind of excited to look up ghost pictures on the internet and find all the quote-unquote ghosts people have taken pictures of. I still don't know if I really believe in ghosts. I kind of want to, but at the same time I'm like, all the evidence is not great. Oh, you have no idea. Because I started reading, and I very much mean started reading House of Leaves. I read like the intro. And it was really good, but basically it boils down to this is going to give you nightmares. You are not ready. You think you are, but you are not. You will regret this. I was like, okay, seems fun, seems exciting. I went to sleep and had nightmares the entire night. And I haven't even started the actual content of the book. This is the intro. So I think I'm in for a ride. I'm a contradiction. I don't believe in ghosts, but somehow still kind of believe in angry spirits. Well, I think that's the distinction that ghosts are supposed to be people. Like, people who died in like mysterious circumstances, angry, whatever. And spirits are something else. Like, not human to begin with. Which is very interesting. And they don't have to exist at the same time. And I gotta be honest, one of the main reasons I don't want to believe in ghosts is that it opens the possibility of me becoming one, which I would hate. Like, I gotta haunt one place for the rest of eternity, or until I make peace with whatever makes me stay. I'm petty. I'm incredibly petty and angry, and I'm a hater. I will never make peace with whatever makes me stay as a ghost. Which would suck. Especially if I die in a boring place. Peachy, what ghost do you believe in? Or spirits or whatever? I do that already. I haunt my own room and get angry with people on the internet. That's really sad, actually. But you can always just, like, close the tab and go outside, you know? Like, you're not trapped forever. It's kind of a hell of your own making. You don't believe, oh. Oh, my screen is disgusting. Do I have... No. I have, like, window cleaner spray that I use somewhat regularly to keep it clean. But I don't have, like... Oh, what's it called? A piece of, like, cloth to wipe it. If I could leave, I'd haunt my friends and be the shadow that chases them up the stairs at night when they close the lights. That's evil. That's just evil. Why would you do that? So they trip and fall and die and be a ghost with you? That's horrible. Non, c'est le... Celui que j'avais en cours. Tu sais, la petite bouteille que Lara elle avait ramenée. Et que j'ai complètement oublié de lui rendre. Oups. Ça arrive. I'd crap myself laughing if they become a ghost too. That's... Maybe that would make you, like... forgive whatever slight made you a ghost, and then it would just be your friend alone as a ghost because of you. Et du coup, Chacha, pour ton ordi, ça en est où? I need to be a little cleaner with the text because otherwise I'm just never going to be able to read myself. It's happened before. It's very embarrassing. What if... I think for this one, I'm not gonna show them arriving to the place, because I hated drawing that for the Valerian Manor that I visited. It was really annoying. So I'm probably just not gonna draw it. They're just already gonna be there. For the recent chapter, I enjoyed doing the little conversation they had over text. That was really fun to draw and to like write. But it also took a while, so like it took a lot of space to have one long convo. There's like an entire thing like this and just Mari there. And it's one entire page. So I don't know if for something this short I want to have this or not. For the Valerian Manor, I made them have like a very short conversation, just Billy sharing information, and that was more efficient. But it shows a lot less personality, so I'm not sure. This is why I don't like doing boards. This is what takes the longest and the most energy and the most brain cells. But it's necessary. I also need to finalize the design for Abby. I have I have a clear idea of what I want, but I have just doodles of her in other files. So I need to like make a clean reference for her, even if she's just like in one panel. They haven't met yet in the main story, but they will in between. So I should add that to my list actually. Otherwise I'll forget until I need it and I'll be like, oh. Mm-hmm. 4 pages is kind of a lot for this. I don't want to do more than 2 more. I think it's good. I was about to write Manor as if they were going back to Valerian Manor, but they're not. I hated drawing that house. Ugh. Which is another reason I really want to relearn Blender. Because then I can just make the house in 3D and trace on top of it. We did that in class, and while I hated doing it because it had to be really detailed to match a reference that the teacher gave us, it was actually so easy. It was so easy because I just had to trace on top. Okay. This is when they get started with the outfits. I think a lot of ghost hunters would probably have cameras, like GoPros and stuff. But I don't want... Well, I gave them smartphones, so I can't really say that, but I don't want their technology to be too modern when it comes to ghost hunting equipment. Because they have smartphones and they have like modern laptops and everything. But it's more fun if the ghost hunting things are ancient. Mostly because it's a lot more fun to draw. I didn't want to make them like sort of like YouTube ghost hunters. It's fun, but it's not the vibe I want for them. Because Bill is a scientist, and I want her to approach it in a scientist way, not in an entertainment way. Mari just mostly doesn't care about finding actual ghosts. Ooh, it would be fun to have a sort of entrance thing, like metal, sort of framing them. That would look cool. I think for this one they're not gonna find a creature, They could, but it would be... I want them to find creatures at some point. But for this, if it's a popular place, it's better if it's a ghost. In the very first comic I did with them, which isn't like anywhere else than my Patreon, it was not a ghost that they found. And it was very fun to draw all the blood and all the things, but I thought it would be a little too, like, gore to put in like a longer format. And also most platforms would probably say, no, that's way too much. But it's something I've been thinking about for the future things they will meet. Okay, I think I want this to be another shot of the house, but different. Probably just the entrance. I hate drawing those pages where it's only backgrounds, but when I'm reading something, I really like seeing them because it gives you a much better idea of the vibe of the place, what it actually looks like, and you can include so many fun details. But I still enjoy drawing characters much more, so... Alright. Okay, this is what I have so far, but for what comes after, I'd rather have the location picked and the story of it as well. So I think I'll finish the boards later. But I already have 7 pages, which is not bad, out of 20-ish pages. Okay, 11:15. I can probably do... I think I'm gonna do line art for the references, just so they're a little cleaner and I can add the shades of gray. For these. Because I have these 4 shades. Well, 3. That I use all the time. What's this one? Nothing. Well, it's going to be... Oops. The line. Okay, that's a good size. One thing I also try to keep consistent is how much stabilization I put on the pen. But sometimes I forget. And then I'm like, oh, why is inking so difficult today? For the bag. I don't know why, but for like a few weeks now, every time I go on Discord on my phone and open an image, it just becomes a black square. I don't know why it's like that, but it's really annoying. Actually, let's be smart and put that on a different layer. I don't think she's going to lose the bag at any point, but just in case. This one is a little too far. I don't know if I'll color. I think I'm gonna add more colors, more shades. It's something I've been doing for some of the extras, and it's made things easier. Especially for the one in the forest, because I wanted them to have a lot of equipment and a lot of layers of clothes that needed to be different and easy to recognize, even when they're like in the middle of the trees. And it worked out. And I don't think it looks that different from the other chapters, except for the amount of backgrounds. I've drawn so many trees, so many forest scenes. That's one thing that I can't really escape, is the background hell, because I don't like doing them. But I also don't like having too many panels without any background. Ooh, I could give them tea as well. Oops. For the stickers, I think one of them should be of their university. I want to find like a name for it. But so far I haven't really had any idea that I like enough to commit to it. But I think it would be fun. to put on like bags and posters and little things. My school did it a bit, like branded stuff, but not very much. And most of the time I wasn't very happy with them, so I didn't take it. But they didn't do like clothing. It was mostly bottles, stickers. I think they had notebooks at some point. A bunch of random things, but all of it was like objects. Okay, that's for later. I gave Mari a set of necklaces that she wears all the time. She always has them on her. Well, for now she has only one, but later she'll have two. And you never see it because she's always wearing clothes that hide it. It's like always under. And I just know I'm going to forget it when she wears like a shirt or something. There is no way I'm remembering. There's a lot of details like that that I always forget. Lucy has like these two little dots under her eyes, and I always forget them. And Alexa doesn't have them, so it's even worse. And then I'm like, oh, there's something missing. She doesn't look like herself. She doesn't look like she should. Yeah. It's a really important part of her design, I think. It really makes her recognizable. And I constantly forget it. Okay, her phone is also that color. And I think their shoes as well. I'll put the laces for the shoes in white as well, but I'll do it on top. For the jeans, I'm gonna make them this shade. And the jacket this shade. I think works best. And the bag will probably be 2 as well. Oh, they're gonna have the same... Oh, their jackets is the same color. Well, I'll have to be careful with panel composition. I usually try to avoid giving them the exact same color scheme. So for example, Billy's jacket is going to be this shade as well. So her pants can't be the same color. I don't want them to be like identical. Even if the shapes are very different, the colors play a big role. And if they're the same, you don't really understand what's going on in some scenes. Which is also why I've been thinking of adding more colors just in general, so I have more to choose from. Because at the beginning 3 was ideal, because I didn't really know like what I wanted to do in terms of like their personal style. I had ideas, but I didn't really know them yet. But now that I know better, I think having more would be more interesting, especially for Billy. Because Mari is always in like darker clothes, which are always just one shade, simple designs, very loose, not fitting. And Billy is the opposite. And for her to have more options in terms of colors would be useful. I just don't want to add too many and then get lost. It's one thing I really struggled with in my previous comic. I just had no real color palette for each of the characters. I had an idea of what I wanted, but then I selected the colors as I went when I gave them different outfits, and it didn't really make sense. It's all over the place. And a lot of the colors are way too vibrant. It's something I really need to work on, but I just don't really know where to start. Because it's always been difficult for me to pick colors. I find it much easier when painting for some reason. I have a lot of fun with gouache, and it's just much easier. So far it hasn't transferred. No, this one is going to be 3. Oops. Alright, that's Mari. Okay, I think I'm done for today, because I'm getting kind of hungry and it's lunchtime, so I think I'm gonna stop here. I might do the rest of it on my own time, or maybe next week, I'm not sure. I'll be back on stream next Tuesday, but on Tuesday I'll be doing animation. Maybe I'll be continuing what I did last Tuesday, or maybe I'll be doing something else. I'm not sure yet, it depends what I'll do tomorrow and this weekend. and just how every project progresses on its own. But I'll be doing animation anyway. Thank you everyone who came to hang out. I had a really good time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye!